Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest on FC Barcelona as usual. We start with this report claiming that Barcelona players feel they are targets of a smear campaign by the club. We are going to be looking at that as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about Ricky Puig, as FC Barcelona have approved the Masia midfielder sale to LA Galaxy in the MLS. We are also going to be discussing on that story. So guys, as we get right into it, do ensure to subscribe. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Consider liking the video and also watch the video right up to the very end. In recent history, Barcelona have been at the center of several controversies. The corruption scandal for the signing of Neymar Jr., the misappropriation of funds, and the social media campaign carried out against some club legends and former players by Josep Maria Bartomeu's administration, just to name a few. Now, the Athletic newspaper is reporting that several players within the club fear that they are targets of a smear campaign by Barcelona. This feeling has, risen due to the contract leaks of several players such as Lionel Messi and Antoine Griezmann, and more recently Frenkie de Jong, with the common factor being that Barca wanted these players to leave the club at the time of the leaks. De Jong's contract details were leaked on the media earlier this summer amidst intense speculation over his future. Frenkie de Jong has been asked to leave by Barca, we all know that, right? With an agreement in place to sell him to Manchester United. The Dutchman, however, is reluctant to leave and is unwilling to accept a pay cut either, which is a problem for the club as his wages are set to increase significantly from this season onwards. Given the situation and the timing of the leaks of this contract of Frenkie de Jong, agents of several players are suspecting that the leaks may have come from Barcelona themselves to put pressure on the footballers by turning public opinion against them. So the report further adds that there are some, who are wondering whether Marc-Andre ter Stegen could be the next target of such a smear campaign, as his contract value is also set to rise significantly in the near future. So there is also the general feeling that players are not treated well by Barca, with the report stating that stars are promised and gifted the world when they are signed, but they are chewed up and spat out like a trash on the other side. The mistreatment of Memphis Depay, who signed on a free transfer last summer and agreed a lower salary but is now being forced out of this club, is cited as an example. Frenkie de Jong himself has been forced to play as centre-back in pre-season, while President Joan Laporta has appeared to pressure him into accepting a lower salary if he wants to stay at the club. Samuel Umtiti, who has been a figure long derided by Barca fans, has been made to take 4 pay cuts or deferrals during his 6 years at this club, with the latest coming in January earlier this year so that Barca can even register Ferran Torres, which they did. Why the activation of the third economic lever just 2 days ago, this should enable Barcelona to successfully register their new signings. There is a possibility, a huge possibility, that La Liga asks Barca to reduce their wage bill further. It has led to fear among representatives of some players that the club might pressure the stars to take further pay cuts and run headlines portraying them as greedy if salary reductions are refused. There have been no comments from the club on this matter at that time, and it will certainly be interesting to see what Joan Laporta and co. have to say about these allegations. Concerning this, I don't really know what I want to say, guys. I leave it to you. Just drop your comments down below about what you say, because we have been seeing a lot about some players' name being dropped in the mud because of contract leaks and so on and so forth. The thing is, even if we are praising the President Laporta for doing a good job trying to bring back Barcelona the way it is, right? Normally, the club, the institution as a whole, FC Barcelona, have their own flaws. They are not perfect. Sometimes I really feel sometimes for these players taking a lot of pay cuts. Normally, it's true that it's not their fault that Barcelona have their problems. It's not their fault. They are just employees. They have a contract, that they are respecting the contracts, and you can't force anyone. You can't go to court against someone's contract that have been signed, written. So this report is very, very disturbing, right? most of these players are now very scared about being victims of such allegations from Barcelona. Memphis Depay is one of the latest to that. Currently we're hearing a lot about Memphis Depay. Many reports, the fact that Barca wants to sell him for money, which they did not even buy him for money, and with the goodwill, he came with a very good will. He loved Barcelona. Like, he had better offers when he left Olympique Lyon. We quite remember last summer, but he refused those offers that are better, far better than Barca's. Right? He came to Barcelona with taking a lower salary because he loves to play. It's a dream come true for him. But it seems as though Barca do not value that aspirations, or they don't even value what the decision he made, and they still want to force him out and tell him that you must take a pay cut. Oh, sorry, you must be sold with money because your contract is not finished. But what we've been getting is Memphis Depay and his representative have told Barca that there is no way you are going to sell Memphis with money. Sell me as a free agent, just as how you brought me. So let's see how that will end up. Frankie de Jong is also a very renowned one that we've been getting a lot. Things are happening, and Frankie de Jong's camp is very, very angry with Barca. So, I mean, things are happening. Things are happening. Barcelona are not portraying that good image, right? The financial situation have made things really bad for Barca. Let's hope that the Barca president and the board can adjust these things, because it's very sad that you make players go against you. It makes no sense to me, really. And at the end of the day, future players, future stars will be scared to come because they don't want to have their names rubbed in the mud. Messi have suffered that a lot, so let's see how it goes. Then on to the next story of discussion. Why Frankie de Jong has dominated the headlines recently. Another Barcelona midfielder is facing an uncertain future this summer in the form of Ricky Puig. The famed La Masia Academy graduate has been deemed surplus to the requirements by Xavi, who is prepared to bank on other players and add new signings, including Frank Kessié and possibly Pablo Torre. In light of the club's lavish policies in the transfer market, Ricky Puig has fallen behind in the pecking order, with the midfielder even being omitted from the Barcelona team that traveled to the United States for the pre-season preparations. He was asked to remain at the Ciudad Deportiva and find a new club for himself, and according to reports from Fabrizio Romano, he may have already found one in the form of LA Galaxy. The MLS outfit, have already submitted Barcelona an official proposal, which has now been accepted by Barca. The two clubs are currently doling out the final details before they can reach an official agreement. Ricky Puig, for his part, is keen on continuing his career in Major League Soccer, despite many critics who had expected him to ply his trade in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. Nevertheless, the young midfielder has a verbal agreement already with LA Galaxy and is now willing to move across the Atlantic in the coming days. Barcelona, meanwhile, have reserved a certain percentage of Ricky Puig's future sell-on fee, thereby guaranteeing a small margin of profit for the Blaugrana. It could perhaps even be a big one if the player manages to live up to his expectations at LA Galaxy and make his way back to Europe. So coolers, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.